It's a great opportunity, and I'm very lucky to be chosen. Definitely says someone's kind of looking at my progress and how I help the school too. So it's definitely an opportunity, and I'm really excited about it.
It feels really validating to be chosen.
Honestly, I feel really honored to be recognized for values that I hold really high.
Good. I think that it's important that there's another award rather than just an award for someone who's in a lot of different things or someone that has a higher grade point average, so things like scholarships and stuff like that.
It feels very rewarding and fulfilling. Truthfully, I was never expecting this honor, and it's honestly just really, once again, self-fulfilling to know that after 4 years, all the hard work, either inside or outside of school, was just overall finally being paid off.
It feels really good. Yeah, it feels good to see a lot of the hard work I've put into this community kind of get recognized, and yeah, it feels really good.
I guess I just feel honored to have made enough of an impact on people to get chosen for this kind of an award.
It feels good. I think it's nice knowing that all of your hard work is kind of paid off over the past 4 years, so it feels really nice.
I think it feels really good. It feels awesome to get recognized for something like this, and to receive a scholarship for it's really cool. So yeah.
It feels great. It just kind of after all 4 years, just kind of being who you are and just being a good person just kind of pays off.
Honestly, it was kind of crazy to be chosen. Just the way they went about it, it was super surprising. And honestly, it felt really good to be noticed for different things that I've done for the school and the community without even really knowing about it.
Well, it feels extremely gratifying, and just that the work I've tried to do to improve the Bozeman community and the general Gallatin High community is being recognized and appreciated, so it's a great feeling.
It feels good to be chosen as a worthy student. Just to be recognized for the stuff that I've done and all the work that I've put in around the school feels really good.
To me it means putting all into the things I'm passionate about, which is serving my community and helping others, and also just, being a good person.
Definitely somebody who just accepts a lot of people, not knowing their background and not knowing what they're going through. And just generally trying to continue through life in a good way.
It means a lot that other people think highly of me and gave me this scholarship.
I guess it means that I've done enough for the people around me, for teachers and stuff, to recognize the kindness that I try to put into the world.
I think it means being someone who's there for other people, who's willing to go outside of their comfort zone and just stretch the boundary a bit and try to just do more than you normally would and shoot for higher things than maybe an average student would.
To me it means, I guess, just someone that's that doesn't really go out of their way to do something kind, but just is kind to everybody no matter what.
It means keeping your word and just being a good person and treating others with respect and kindness no matter who they are.
I think it means being inclusive and kind to everyone and working hard in school, being a good person and a good teammate and a good classmate.
To me, it means doing the right thing when no one's looking, and just always treating everyone with respect and helping out people and just setting a good example in Gallatin High School.
To be a worthy student is to kind of portray that Raptor idea of being a good friend, being a good classmate, teammate, all that type of stuff.
I think that a worthy student is someone who shows passion and integrity in things that they do and seeks to better their community. And so to be recognized among some of my peers who I believe have shown the same qualities has been a really great achievement and very exciting.
To me, to be a worthy student, it just means that just being able to go out and give it your all every day and just be able to just be a good person, honestly, which is like in a school sometimes is a hard decision to make, but it's one that everybody needs to make, so yeah.
To me, it means that I've really helped people that are around me through just being their friend or as a student, however it is, but I've just been there for people and I've been that good person.
To me, being a worthy student is just good motivation that people should be doing the right thing when no one is looking and that people do notice.
Someone who probably goes out of their way to be a good person to other people and doesn't have to try very hard to be that worthy student.
I selected Miss Duncan as my Distinguished Educator because I feel the time that I spent in her class not only helped me become a better student, but also a better person.
I chose Mr. Bradshaw, and I chose him because he was very influential in my first couple of years of high school. I had a really good relationship with him. I ended up TA for him. And he was just a really cool guy, and I think he recognized that I was a really cool person. And so we became good friends.
I chose Miss Parsons because she kind of taught me like the ins and outs of special education, which is the job I do now, and I've worked with her for the past like 3 years.
I chose Mr. Nagel and Miss Wallner-Drake just because of all the support that they give me and just how they've helped me get through the year and continue to push on if I fall down.
I chose Mr. Kraft from Sacagawea Middle School because in my time in his classroom and since I've left it, he's just made such an impact on me and on my learning. And he was also my basketball coach my freshman year. And having him as a coach and as a teacher was just such a cool experience. And getting to laugh with him and joke around and be taught by him was just such an honor in my education.
Sarah was always there for me. She was one of my favorite teachers, or is my favorite teacher this year too, and was my mentor. So
I chose Miss Schnee because she's been a really awesome influence throughout high school, and just her like support through everything that student council has done throughout the years. She's been awesome. So she's great.
As a STEM person, English has always been more difficult for me, and Miss McGrady Anderson was always super helpful and willing to work with me outside of class on things like my ops paper. One particular event that stands out is I had a very challenging essay prompt that I had to work with, and she was willing to work with me after class, and we decoded the prompt, and she helped me a lot with that, and we wrote a really great essay.
I chose Zach because him and I have been through a lot together, and he's just taught me how to get through life with a positive mindset.
I choose Ms. Dreyhaus because she kind of reminds me of my mom. She was very welcoming to all of our students and super understanding if you had any complications. She was just a really, really nice person, and then in her class she really prepared me for college courses, and she teaches biomed, and my hope is to be a doctor one day, so her pushing me into the field of healthcare and being able to learn about the thing that I'm super, super passionate about through her help was just so great.
I chose Coach Rowe because of the impact that he's had on me as not only a teacher. I had him for Algebra 2, and he would just bring a lot of positive energy to the classroom. But as a basketball coach for the last 3 years, he's really taken me under his wing and helped me become not only a player, but the person that I am today.
I chose Mrs. Holsinger as my Distinguished Educator because she's been my speech and debate coach for 3 years, and she's really helped me gain confidence in public speaking and even outside of that, just kind of in life in general. And she's been a really great mentor to me across those 3 years.
I think he was chosen because he helps students who no one else wants to help, no matter whether his friends are around or not, and is always willing to jump in and do extra things, and always does it the right way, whether, like I said, whether friends are around or whether teachers are around or not at all. So.
Maeve is a genuine and kind person.
if she's in the academic support center and someone has a question, she'll walk right over and help them figure it out. She just has this like mindset to be helpful, and she acts on it every day in little ways.
Rose is such a kind human being. She is a leader, but a quiet leader. She leads by example. Before people even ask for help, she's already offering help. She jumps into any and all kind of community event, particularly in Bridger. She does whatever she is asked with her whole heart, and she's just an amazing and super kind human being.
Because she's amazing. Morgan has kind of an old soul in a sense. She is well beyond her years. She's overcome a lot of obstacles early on and has kept a soft heart and continues to want to take her experiences and try to help other people as she leaves Bozeman High School. So I just think she's an incredible young lady, and I can't think of anyone more worthy.
Well, Coco, every room she walks into, she brightens it up. She always has a smile on her face. She does her best work. She works hard, and she does it with a smile on her face. She's just pleasant to be around, and I got to coach her in basketball too, and yeah, she's just made everything fun.
Why do you think your student was chosen as a worthy student?
Maddie just has a huge heart. She's really kind to everyone. I think she's really creative, and that kind of draws people in as well. She has a huge work ethic, and I think she's just super well-rounded. People that you kind of aspire to be around because she just makes you feel better about yourself too.
Bryce is a phenomenal kid. He's an extremely hard worker. He shows up on time, and he always works his absolute hardest. I was actually one of his coaches. So for me, it was just seeing his enthusiasm every single day to show up to practice, same thing, being really invested in his teammates, and being excited to just be there every day.
Because he lives his life authentically and humbly. While he is academically exceptional, he conducts himself with humility and kindness. He is the student who always says thank you and goodbye at the end of class, and it is these little gestures that make me smile every day. Ultimately, every space he enters, he leaves a positive and lasting impression, continually reminding others the goodness of people.
I think Isabella was chosen. I had her in AP Psychology, and what I noticed in class is she's super hardworking, very diligent, organized, also participates a lot. But I also had Isabella in Special Olympics soccer, and in soccer she just has this huge heart, reaches out to the kids, works great with them. So I think the combination is why she was selected.
Jade lives her life with such a high level of integrity. She is so very consistent, and she follows through. She is a leader who has kind of demonstrated throughout all of her classes and the clubs, specifically Key Club, and she's a pleasure to be around. She brings a high level of energy and a positivity that really kind of sets her apart.
Oh, why was Kaylin chosen as worthy student? I think when you look at the criteria for the worthy student recognition, one of the big things is integrity, and I don't think you'll find a person with much more integrity than Kaylin. She's just very genuine and authentic, and a model student.
I think that true is worth knowing, and I think that she didn't choose the hand that she was dealt, but she chose how to respond to her hand that she was dealt, and she's just respond with tenacity and resiliency, and she's just one of the kindest, most authentic, genuine kids I've ever known.
Because Allison is a hard worker, very dedicated. She's a great leader and just an awesome all-around person.
Because she's amazing, and she's worthy of anything, and she was amazing from the first moment I met her, and she has continued to be amazing.
Ruby is awesome. She is like a force for change in the world, and she cares about people, and she stands for everything that the Worthy Student Scholarship stands for. She has good morals, and she takes
takes care of people, and she has big passions and she makes them real in the world.
My advice and this would be for almost every student, is make sure that you put yourself out there, you go try stuff. Keep being you, but don't be scared to try new things.
The advice I have for Marley will sound familiar, and I would tell him to embrace adventure. That was a core value for our team that Marley was on in 7th and 8th grade, and it just means don't be afraid to fail.
My advice would be for her to continue to just be brave, take on new adventures, and just continue to bring her smile and her energy to everything she does, because it'll take her far.
Yeah, I would say trust yourself. Sometimes I think May questions her inner voice, so I would just ask her to listen to that and to be confident and to know that she will find the right path and that she will do great things for the world.
Yeah, chase your dreams and catch them. You serve others. You can never go wrong serving others. And for me, when I think of for the advice for him, is to find something he's passionate about. Because when you find something you're passionate about, you can't go wrong.
For Anna, I would say not to burn herself out, because she gives so much that it's going to be really imperative that she work on being steady in her private life and working in her professional life. She wants to change the world, and she's going to, but I would caution her to take time for herself and make sure that she's focused on staying healthy too.
To enjoy it and to take time and to set goals. Set little goals to accomplish the bigger goals and to never give up.
My advice for Logan would be the same as the advice I give to any student, including you, which would be to embrace opportunities. Don't sit back and wait for life to happen, but look for ways that you can explore and take advantage of opportunities, and travel as much as you possibly can, because I think you learn a lot about the world and yourself when you go to different cultures and different countries.
Sometimes depth is better than breadth. It's okay to take some things off of your plate and make sure you find what the path and the direction that you're willing to go into and that you want to go into, and do well at it.
Be true to yourself. Don't get lost in the daily grind, I guess. Make sure that you have a strong student life balance.
Keep finding joy in what you do, no matter what, especially for Sarai being a musician. Keep going out and making music and finding the joy in that, because, you know, it's, as you embark into the world, you want to make sure you're still having fun.
Well, he's going to college, and it sounds like going away from Bozeman. So embrace the independence, and you know, don't be afraid of stepping out there and being away from your family and your friends here in Bozeman. Understand mistakes are going to be made. You know, Garrett does a great job when he does. You recognize it in school. When he comes to a challenge, he overcomes. So now it's a matter of life and overcoming some challenges and learning how to be independent for himself. So that, and other than that, you know, just keep doing what he's been doing. He's had a great recipe of success. So I wouldn't say really changed much on that front. You know, he's pretty likable, pretty relatable to everyone, but embrace more the independence.
Just live the way he lives. He serves people, does things the right way. He's a super hard worker, very humble, and just a great person. So I would say, you know, he lives out his life like that. He's gonna be great. I would actually aspire to be more like Isaiah. Yeah.
I would say just stay engaged and curious about the world. You know, if you ever find that you're getting bored with your surroundings, you know, try something new. I think it's, if you're not curious about the world, it's difficult to feel like you're successful And I think just always questioning what you see, what you think you know, is a great way to continue to develop as a person. And also just go fishing as much as you can.
I think you have to take the experiences you've learned throughout high school, learning how to deal with people, learning how to deal with adversity. You know, things aren't always easy. You know, and I think that's one thing that high school students learn throughout, and they grow. So I would say that I think learning how to overcome adversity and to keep going. And I think, you know, both Aspen and Jaylee are just a perfect example of that, that they're going to keep competing and keep going, and they're not going to let obstacles get in their way. They're going to find a way to get around it.
It's awesome. I'm so appreciative and feel very proud. It's a validation of what I do and something that I'll always remember.
Humbling, and I'm very honored. You know, to have a student reflect on their time in Bozeman schools and to choose me as their distinguished educator is pretty amazing. Because I'm part of a really big, great group of awesome educators, and so to be singled out feels really good. And it's very humbling, though, and I'm very honored, so it's great.
It's always an honor. The kids that I live with and work with each day make me who I am. They inspire me, and to be chosen as Hugh's worthy educator humbles me.
Yeah, it feels great to be selected. It's just such a rewarding feeling knowing that the hard work I put in coaching Special Olympics and helping support Partners Club and inclusion throughout the school has really taken off by students like Simon. It's good knowing that there's students that are going to carry on my passion for Special Olympics and inclusion, and just continue to make this world more inclusive.
Last teacher meeting, talking about our why, and my why is always about being able to build quality relationships with students to be able to impact them. It's not necessarily about content or learning or something. It's about being able to actually affect and build a quality relationship and help a young individual. And so when I'm selected as a worthy or a distinguished educator, like that's kind of what I think of, is that it's pretty special that I'm actually able to support someone and build a positive relationship and actually affect their life a little bit and how their journey's going. So it rewards my why, and it humbles me.